Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjane Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadati Swapadandikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छकल्पदारुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूगं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपादमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरम्. So I welcome you all for this Bhakti Vaibhav session. So today we are going to see the 8th chapter. We are going to start with. So wherein this chapter defines about the summary of Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj will be asking more questions, and those questions will be addressed in the upcoming chapters, both in second canto and in the third canto also. Okay. Let's go to the session. Okay. So what are the things we have seen in this canto actually till now? Can someone summarize? So we have seen Virat Rupa, correct now? So in different that is Jnani's realization. So we have seen that, and then last chapter was the Leela Avataras. So wherein starting from Varaha Avatar, correct now? We have seen that is more than like how we have seen in first canto, third chapter we have studied now. So like that. So here the subject matter being spoken by Brahma with respect to the creation actually. So with that the avatars also has been explained in detail actually when compared with the first canto. So with this into the mind, let us proceed with the that is the 8th chapter, which speaks about the summary of Srimad Bhagavatam. So what actually this summary means actually? Summary defines the starting and the end point kind of thing. Wherein it has the multiple questions being asked. Wherein for to answer that questions actually the that is upcoming cantos has been spoken by Sukadev Goswami. So here Parashit Maharaj very inquisitively will be asking. So what? So about there are multiple questions, the qualities of the Lord. So everything he'll be asking. And then how that is the Narada has been speaking about the qualities of the Lord as he has heard from Brahma. Correct? No? So like that, the questions will be like in the upcoming all 15 slokas will be like questions only. So we'll see this entire chapter is full of questions. At the I think the last few slokas wherein Sukadev Goswami will be glorifying even Parishit Maharaj for his wonderful questions. And then he will start answering in the next chapter onwards. Rajoguvacha Brahmana Chodito Brahman Gunakayena Agunashya cha Yashmai Yata Praha Narado Deva Darshanaha. So here the Aguna. So that is Aguna means no with no qualities. That means no material qualities. So here the question has been asked about the Supreme Lord. So king is inquiring with the inquired Brahmana by Lord Brahma Chodita being instructed that is the learned Brahmana. It's come from the disciplic succession. That is from Lord to Brahma, Brahma to Narada Maharishi, Narada Maharishi to Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva to Sukadeva Goswami. So this is coming from the lineage. So like how it has been spoken and how it has been received. So as spoken, it has been as received with respect to the subject matter. So in the transcendental, narrating the transcendental qualities. So translation. King Parishit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, how did Narada Muni, whose hearers are as fortunate as those instructed by Lord Brahma, explain? He is asking the how Narada Muni was able to explain the transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is without material qualities. That means the Lord is without material, aguna. So material qualities, and before whom he did speak. So where he has spoken like that. So now this Devarishi Narada was directly instructed by Brahmaji. So who was also Brahmaji in turn has been directly instructed by Supreme Lord. Today morning class also, N.N.D. Prabhuji was mentioning, there are two words only heard. So tapa, correct na? Tapa. So two words. With the two instructions actually, so Brahmaji meditated, that is, he did tapasya. So for a long duration. And then he got instruction imparted in the Tene Hridaya, that Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. So he got instruction from the Supreme Lord about the Vedas, and then he was able to create. The creation happened, secondary creation happened. So the instructions imparted by Narada to his various disciples. But Narada Maharishi has instructed to many. In that, Vyasadeva is also who has written that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So as good as those of Supreme Lord. Why this one word is this wonderful line actually. That means as it has been heard from the Supreme Lord, it has been taken further to Brahma, and from Brahma to Narada in the similar way, and without any that is deviation in the that is transforming that knowledge to one person to another person. There is no deviation. So as heard, it has been as spoken actually. So the understanding is with respect to the Guru Parambara. So that is the way of understanding the Vedic knowledge. One should not whimsically or have a mundane interpretation of the way of the non, like how jnanis understand the Vedic literature. One should not understand like that. It should be heard from the Lord through the disciplic section, and this transcendental knowledge is distributed to the world by the descending process, from Lord to Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa to Sukadeva Goswami. Like that the lineage comes. So therefore, wherever Narada Muni goes, he represents himself as authorized by the Lord, because he speaks as he has heard and with the right that is understanding, and his appearance is as good as that of the Supreme Lord. So is the disciplic succession which strictly follows the transcendental instructions is the bona fide chain of disciplic succession. And how do you check for that is the authentic person actually? There should not be any difference between the instructions of the Lord originally imparted to his devotee and that which is imparted by the authority in the line of disciplic succession. So that's what we are also hearing from the from Srila Prabhupada here through these purports actually. So he has given the summary of the previous acharyas, that is Sanatana Goswami, Jeev Goswami, Sridhara Swami, Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thagura. So like that, the summary of all the that is purports which they have written, we are actually having here the gist of that, and then that is with respect to the lineage. So it is not any misinterpretation. So that is the authenticity. So how Narada Muni distributed the transcendental knowledge of the Lord, that will be explained in the later cantos. To Dhuru Maharaj also, Narada Maharishi did actually, and to this in the fourth canto, he also delivered that Prashina Bharit actually by instructing him. So there was a that is a Puranjana and Puranjani story also we have read like that. So to deliver this general people also, or as by special mercy to deliver, and wherein the glorification of a devotee also been, like how Guru Maharaj was very stubborn, and then he was advised initially to go back home because he was too young, but still he was very stubborn, and then later he instructed actually. But earlier itself, Lord has instructed Narada Maharishi to give the instruction to Guru Maharaj. He has advised. So based on that only, Narada Maharishi came there. So Narada Maharishi distributed the transcendental knowledge to many actually. So even to Prahalad Maharaj. Correct? Now it will appear also that Lord existed prior to Mitmittal Aja. Correct? Na? So then therefore his transcendental name, quality do not represent any material quality. So he's not into the mundane quality. And then the Lord is described as Aguna. That means without any qualities, means without any material qualities. Okay, it doesn't have any quality like that. It doesn't have any material quality. That means we are all under the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance and all. But Lord is above that. That's why he has been described as a Aguna. So the question here, the first question, whatever Parashar Maharaj is asking is, how actually Narada Maharishi is able to explain the transcendental qualities of the Lord, wherein the Lord being without the material qualities. So, and before whom he spoke actually. That's what the question has been asked. This is the first question. Okay. एतत् वेदितुम् इच्छामि त्वत्त्वं तत्त्वविदाम्बर हरेरद्भुता वीरस्य कथालोक sumangala. So by hearing the glories of the Lord, or the activities of the Lord, or the leelas of the Lord, actually will be relishing. That means will be cleansed from the heart. So that is the Phalashruti. Here the king said, I wish to know narrations concerning the Lord. So which are all the topics related to the Lord he would like to hear, wherein Lord possesses the wonderful potencies, that is unlimited. That means Adbhuta potent, that is Virya means potencies, are certainly auspicious for the living beings in all plants. How many times we hear Krishna Katha, we will be always inclined to that. You would have heard the same pastime, but the similar pastime, how many times it has been spoken also, we will never get satiated. So always we will be ready to hear. That's the quality of a devotee. So one should develop such a taste actually. So the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is what is that Vedanta Sutra, this is the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. So it's full of narrations which deals about the activities of the Lord, the leelas of the Lord, and then the form of the Lord. So all are auspicious actually. Actually, it's auspicious for all the living beings. So one should take advantage of that. So hearing the pastimes or hearing the leelas of the Lord, which will help us to elevate in the devotional service. So here, it explains that even the non-devotees. So Bhagavatam is not only meant for, it's primarily meant for the Paramahamsas who want to relish that, because their platform is totally in the higher level, wherein the mundane people actually, if they go directly to the 10th canto, they will not, understand the leelas of the Lord in a that is in a wrong way, in a misunderstandable way. So, wherein the Paramahamsas are in the very higher platform, and this Bhagavatam has been meant for the Paramahamsas. It is also given for the non-devotees also. So, wherein by proper attention and performing the devotional service, they will also relish, and finally they will also go back to the Godhead. So, it is for both type of people actually. So non-devotees hovering under the spell of material energy can be delivered from such clutches if they hear the narration of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, and that too, how one should hear. They should not have the challenging mode. They should be very attentive, submissive, and then we will be sincere in hearing that actually. So Shravanam and Kirtanam is very, very important. So, and attention from the right source representing the Lord by disciplic suction. So, we are all hearing from Srila Prabhupada here through his purports actually. So, by surrendering ourselves to Srila Prabhupada, who being the preeminent Acharya of our organization. So, by his mercy, we will be able to relish Srimad Bhagavatam. Kata yashva mahabhaga yataham akilatmani Krishne niveshani sangam manastaksheya kalevaram. So for Sukadeva Goswami, again the question has been asked by Parashit Maharaj here. So please continue narrating Srimad Bhagavatam so that I can place my mind upon the Supreme Soul Lord Krishna and being completely freed from material qualities, thus relinquish this body. So Sukadeva Goswami being in the, that is, he is having only 7 days. Okay, in that 7 days, he want to relish. So he want to fix his mind. Okay, he want to fix his mind upon the Supreme Soul. So when a person fixes his mind on the Supreme Soul, he will be completely out of the material qualities. That means he will not get diverted to any of the material thing. He'll be fixed. So that is the quality of performing a devotional service. 24/7, one should always be engaged in the service of the Lord. So that will help them. That is a pure devotional service. But we are not having that type of option to do in the current situation, wherein we always keep the Lord in the center and then we perform the task, and then we always submit ourselves and take the guidance as a Chaitya Guru in our heart. He will help us. So we'll move forward. So that is the only way maximum we can take up. But maybe in due course, when we have the time and the later stage of the life actually, we can completely be fully occupied with the devotional service. So one should always 24/7 should be engaged in the devotional service if they are having the option to do that. Okay, but that is a way we can perform the pure devotional service. So always Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So whatever the sevas are there, one should be fully engaged. So that will help them to get out of these material qualities. Otherwise, so morning we'll get up, that is we'll take the darshan of Lord, 4:30, Mangalarti, and then we perform the chanting, and then we hear Bhagavatam, and then later on after 9 o'clock we have to go into our karmi mode, and then we have to work also. That is our, as per our, Varnashma, we have to work, take care of our job. So that is our duty also, regulatory principles, correct now? So we have to take care of the family, everything is there. So again, there when we enter into the office or some mode, always we'll not have Krishna in our heart. Na? So somewhere we'll get here and there and all. So that's why the deviation will always be existing. So we need to practice. So by practicing only, always we can fix the mind on the Lord. And then we perform our duties also, and we perform our devotional service also. One should practice both. So at least in future, let Lord, submitting oneself to the Lord, give the path to perform the pure devotional service. So please handle us, Supreme Lord, please guide me. So like that, one should always have the submit the prayers, so that the material contaminations and all, in due course, it will get cleared. So to be fully engaged in hearing the transcendental narration as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam means we are having constant association with the Supreme Lord. So whenever we are hearing, whenever we are reading, okay, whenever we are reading, daily we should read Srila Prabhupada books, so which will help us to have association with him. So by the mercy of the Acharya, we'll be able to relish actually. We'll be able to understand the things in the right way. We'll have the realization also. That is we'll get the wisdom. And to constantly associate with the Supreme Lord means to be liberated from the qualities of the matter. That means the mundane qualities will be free from the mundane qualities. Krishna is like the Krishna is like the sun, and the material contamination is the darkness. So wherever the ignorance is there, that is related to the darkness. When there is no, and the sun is related to the brightness. So that is related to the knowledge. So Krishna means knowledge, full of knowledge. So when there is a sun, there is no darkness. So lack of sun only is a darkness. That means when we don't have Krishna in our life, obviously we are into the ignorant. So will be contamination by the material qualities is the is the cause of repeated birth and death, and liberation from the material qualities is the transcendence. So this is a very important thing. Wherein, so why we are getting repeated birth and death? We are majorly into the, if sometimes we'll be into the more into the material qualities, and then we'll be executing. Not always will be in that situated in that platform. We are not into that level. Obviously, it will be incurring both the, that is piety and then the sin. So accordingly to the piety and the sin, we have to come back earlier in piety. So Maharaj Parishit was now a realized soul by the secret of liberation through the grace of Sukadeva Goswami. And then later had informed the king that that means Sukadeva Goswami has informed Parishit Maharaj that the highest perfection of life is to the remembrance of Narayana at the end of life. So one must, I think we have studied in first canto Bhagavatam also, the last chapter. What are the questions asked by Parishit Maharaj? There are 2 sets of questions now. If anyone knows actually what is the ultimate benefit of the people in general, and then what is the duty of the person who is going to die, correct now? And then what should be spoken, what should not be spoken. So are you able to recollect the questions actually?
Yes,
Okay. So like that, very wonderful questions actually. Here also Parishit Maharaj is asking questions only. So hearing Bhagavatam, it's a duty to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from a self-realized soul and not by a duped professional man. Why we should not hear from professional reciters? Why one should not hear from the professional reciters?
It is like milk touched by the serpent.
Yeah, that is one thing. Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah, correct. Because basically what is missing from them? Professional designers, they are good in Vedic.
Krishna is missing.
Yeah, Krishna more. You are very
The
near to
importance
that.
of Krishna is missing, Mataji. Then they'll tell even 10th canto also, Mataji. Directly they will tell.
Actually,
Leela
the
and
main thing missing in
Cyclic
the
succession,
professional.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
The cyclic succession is missing, and Yathadhitam Yathamati is also missing.
Yes, that is also there. The realized knowledge. We should, how they have heard the same thing, it should be repeated to the next person also. Correct now? What we have heard, we should give it back to the society. So that is there through the disciplic section. It should be heard. That is also because the realization should be which in sync with the realization of the previous acharyas also. So some mundane interpretations and all should not be considered as a realization. That is also there. But more than that, there is one main thing missing is, so the person who being a professional reciter will not have the faith that is on Krishna. That means if we don't have faith on Krishna, that means when we are not developing such a quality, obviously we will not relish that actually. So that is, if there is no realization, obviously that will not have any impact. That means we are only just in the theoretical part. Practical applications, we will not be able to take it up. So
Also, Mataji, the recitation is on material platform for material gains. There is no spiritual realization, neither he is bothered about the spiritual upliftment.
that and all will come only when we have faith on the Lord. How much faith we have on the Lord, that much the realization will happen. But to get faith on the Lord, what is the what we need to achieve actually? What we need to do? We do Shravanam, we do Kirtanam, correct na? But what we need to have actually, the mercy of a pure devotee. By the that Shraddha only, Shraddha when we will develop, when we hear from the authentic source, correct na? By the mercy of how we surrender, correct na? The symptom is surrendering to the devotee, pure devotee. We will receive the mercy of the pure devotee. By receiving the mercy of the pure devotee, we will be developing the faith on the Lord. And then we'll be able to progress in that path actually. Slowly from the Canto 1 to till we reach 10th Canto or 11th Canto, I think after 50% only will be becoming that realizations will start. So I think those who are attending the Bhagavatam class from Canto 1 until now morning, I think 4th Canto is going to complete. So even if 5:45, the 6th Canto is going to complete. So there are devotees who have been from the first Canto, like I think Madhumai Krishnakant Mataji and all have been there, from, I think if I'm right. I joined in the 4th Canto only I joined. Earlier I was not joining. So
We are there from beginning, Mataji.
yeah,
First
that's
Canto.
what. See, that is the faith. Okay. Without faith, I think we will not. So, on whom we are having faith here actually? To our Acharya. So, his writings. So, if we are surrendered to him, obviously by the mercy of him only we'll be able to understand this Bhagavatam. Then only we'll be able to relish. Without relishing, we'll not have any realization. Okay. So, these are all interconnected actually. शृण्वता श्रद्धया नित्यं गृह्णता स्वा चेष्टितं कालेन नातिक्रेणः भगवान् विशते हृदि. So persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. Similar sloka also we have studied now in first canto. Tat Shushubhi Tat Shanat. Correct na? So that means there no other literature is required. Only this Bhagavatam is only sufficient. What is the need of any other literature? Glorification of the Srimad Bhagavatam by Vyasadeva. Correct na? That is Mangalacharana Sloka, second one we have studied. So immediately, within a second only, the Lord will be established. So how? By hearing regularly. So that is very important. One should be regular to the Bhagavatam class. And they should always take whatever they are hearing to be very seriously. It's not that like mundane matter or some fiction stories what we study. Do we always recollect any fiction story we would have read? Now we would have stopped reading fiction stories. But prior to Krishna consciousness, we would have read some fiction stories also. Are we able to get back those stories in our mind? No. Correct na? So like that it will go. So it is this subject matter is not a fiction and it is a history actually. It has happened already. Okay. So and it has been coming from the disciplic succession. That is an authentic and all are from the Supreme Lord. So there is nothing what is that mundane matter here. So one should understand the seriousness of the topics being discussed and then it should be relished and then what is the takeaway from that? From each and every sloka we need to have the takeaway. So from this sloka what we need to take? The previous sloka it was speaking about the Shraddha. Correct na? So Shraddha how to get? So simply by seeing the Lord only we'll get a 100% direct association of the Lord. We will not be able to achieve that perfection. So through the parampara, by the mercy of the pure devotee only we'll be able to develop that Shraddha. So that is the take home of the slokas. So like that, here one thing in this sloka, one must hear regularly. So they should not miss the Bhagavatam class. And then not only attending the class, but attentively hearing also. So the subject matter is very serious and then we need to take the content also internally in the heart to be serious. Then obviously we'll be able to relish and then we'll be able to realize because whatever it has been discussed, it is from the pure devotees perspective. So then we'll be able to, the Krishna will get manifested. So if you are actually doing this process, Krishna will, without any delay, he will, within a short time, the Lord will be established in the heart. So here, the professional man are useless in this connection because they are neither self-realized nor interested in the liberation of the audience. So welfare of the audience is not at all considered when you are going for the professional. That is only for the monetary purpose they are doing. They are earning for their livelihood actually. Maharaja Parishit had no more than 7 days to live. But for others, Maharaj Parishit personally recommends that one hears Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya, always by one's own effort and with serious devotion. Okay, it should be seriously heard. That will help the manifestation of Krishna in their heart. Krishna is ready, only we are not ready to receive it. So if we hear attentively, if we hear that is in a serious way, sincere way, obviously Krishna will be there with us always. Okay. So the whatever from the professional thing, it is totally rejected actually. Pravishtaha karna randrena svanam bhava saroruham dunoti samalam Krishna salilashyayata sharat. It's a sound incarnation of Lord Krishna. That is Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. Supreme soul enters into the heart, because Krishna is in which form now in Kali Yuga? He is in the sound vibration only. That means he is in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. When one hears Srimad Bhagavatam, that means he is having association with the Lord. So obviously it enters in, that means the sound enters into the heart of a realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the dust of material association. Whatever dust we have been accumulated in the many births, now it will get cleansed, and such as kama, krodha, like that, lust, anger, anchoring, correct now? Envious, all those things will get rid of. Thus, it acts like autumnal rains upon pools of muddy water. So there is one analogy given. During rainy season, the water will be so muddy. Correct na? Whereas during autumn season, the water will be very clear. So after cleansing, the muddy water, that means the rainy season, the muddy water will be there. But after that season, when the autumn season comes, the water will become very clear. Like that, by continuously hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever it is dirt we had, it's compared to the muddy water actually. But slowly, the cleansing of that dirt will be gone, and then finally, how actually the eternal that is rain pool will be looking now. So like that, our heart also will be cleansed actually. So by addition of some chemical, a small reservoir of water like that, a metropolitan water tank can be cleared. But by such a tiny effort, it is not possible to clear up all the reservoirs of water like rivers. It is not possible. A powerful devotee can clear, like Srila Prabhupada, they can, that is, what is that, liberation for many souls, they will be able to take up, because that is the strength of the pure devotee. So, whereas we are all in the initial phase, and then we are all practicing devotee, we don't have that purified thing. So we need to continuously strive, and then we need to hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, and then have association. A powerful pure devotee of the Lord, however, can deliver not only his personal self, but many others in his association. So let us have association with Srila Prabhupada through his books, and then let us cleanse our heart. So in other words, cleansing of the polluted heart by other means, that is, and can simply cleanse one's own heart, but devotional service to the Lord is so powerful that it can cleanse the hearts of the people in general by the devotional service of the pure empowered devotee. So our Acharya being the empowered devotee, so by having association, we are able to get ourselves also cleansed, but it will take in the time, that is in the progressive way. Okay. So, Dhaudhatma Purushaha Krishna Pada Moolam na Munchati Mukta Sarva Pariklesha Partha Swasharanam Yata. A pure devotee. Now the qualities of the pure devotee is spoken in this translation. A pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart has been cleansed by the process of devotional service, never relinquish the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. So in purport, so one who is not pure devotee of the Supreme Lord is not completely cleansed. So we are all in the process, but who are not at all, a non-devotee if you take now, they are not pure in the heart, because always on the material platform, performing the activities on the material platform, and then on the bodily platform, because not on the soul platform. So not having the knowledge who is like that. Whereas a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service. So in our day-to-day activities also, so in our temple we have all the courses being from L1, L2, L3. So all these years in the Seva, one thing we are able to, I think many of the teachers also will be able to observe. If a devotee is able to enter into level 3, then they will never leave the our temple only. They will be having some or the other association, they will be engaged in the seva, they will do some seva, and then they'll be always in the association. But where actually the attrition comes in the level 1. If a person enters level 1 and not entering to level 2 or level 3, I think again retention will be like a multiple calls. So once you have entered, when you are getting little that is realization or able to understand the importance of Bhagavad Gita, and then how we can change our lives. So by following the instructions and all, we will continue to have the association, and then we will perform seva. Somehow the association we would like to have. So we will never leave. Whereas in the initial phase, there is a very risky thing. So here, this was exhibited. For example, in discharging such devotional service as ordered by Brahmaji to Narada in preaching Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets various other difficulties. Nityananda Prabhu, correct na, from Jagai Madai he had, correct na, like that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came actually. So even Lord Jesus Christ was crucified by the non-believers, wherein he wants to deliver all by taking their sins also. But he has been crucified by the non-believers. Prahalad Maharaj, if you take, so by his father, he has been, so many times he has been troubled actually. Okay. So like that, but the devotees will never give up the devotional service. Once you get the taste, so they will never leave the devotional service actually. So another example is a traveler leaves home to search for wealth in far distant places, sometimes in the forest and sometimes in the ocean and sometimes in the hilltops. Certainly there are many troubles for the traveler when he is in such unknown places. But all such troubles are at once mitigated when he sees, when as soon as the sense of his family affection is remembered, and as soon as he returns home, he forgets all troubles on the way. It's like that only for a devotee. So we have come here, we have forgotten the Lord, and then we have come here, and then we are enjoying at least thinking that we are enjoying, but we have been always in the that is lamentation or something, the sufferings only we are undergoing, wherein we are not understanding why we are suffering here. So due to the forgetfulness, we are rejoicing the material thing. And when we come to such, now whatever the association we are having, such type of association, we are able to gain the knowledge, and then we are able to understand the situation, what we are into, and then we try to follow the instructions and then move further. So like that, in the life, many endeavors will be making, but at one point of time when we achieve certain, whatever it has been, it has to be achieved. That is the moment where we are going to rejoice permanently. Like that, when we are performing the devotional service And then when we are able to reach to the back to the Godhead, that is the permanent location for, then whatever sufferings we have faced earlier and all, it's nothing in front of that. Like here one analogy it has been given. It's a person who is striving to take care of the family. He is taking endeavors and then he is going here and there, and then he wants to earn money, and then when he come back to home now, so obviously after seeing the family, whatever that is hardship he has faced now, that pain and all he will never recollect after seeing the family. Like that only, when we are performing devotional service, we'll have so many obstacles. We'll have that is like we'll feel sleepy, or morning 4:30 we'll not able to get up, and then we are not able to complete our 16 rounds in time. All these hardships and all will face. But when we focus on that and perform the devotional service, obviously the perfection will be achieved. So when you perform 16 rounds before 6 o'clock, how much happy we'll be. So when we delay, or if you prolong it in the day, we'll feel something we are missing. It's not that completing 16 rounds is the target. It is that when we are able to complete 16 rounds, we'll be very happy. Okay. In this, that is what is the early morning phase, in the Brahma Muhurta phase only we are able to do. And then with more focus, we are able to do like that. Whereas if you are not able to complete, we'll think the whole day it will become, even one round also if you have kept aside, I have not completed one round. So that will be there always. So that much anchoring also we'll have. So like that, devotional service will never feel it as a burden. It is always like a relishing one only. Whereas the mundane activities will always have some boredom also sometime, and then relishing in the sense it is on the material platform. Yet adatu matho brahman dehamro asya thautu bihi yet rashya hetu nava bhavanto janate yatha. So now again Parshit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the, he's asking question on the soul, body and all in this. So spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? What is the reason why he is getting this material body? What is the root cause for that? Will you kindly explain this, or it is known to you? Because he knows, Sukadeva Goswami knows that's what here Parshit Maharaj is citing, and then he would like to know. In Bhagavad Gita also, second chapter we have studied na Sankhya philosophy. So similar to that here, Parishit Maharaj is asking about the soul body. Okay. But Parishit Maharaj, being typically devotee, is not at all satisfied by confirming the importance of hearing from the representative of Brahmaji by the disciples. He is still more anxious to establish philosophical basis of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because in many places, even in the next canto, third canto, Kapila Deva will be instructing Devahuti, correct na, on the Sankhya philosophy, so Sankhya Tattva. And even Narada Maharishi also will be explaining in the upcoming fourth canto to Prashina Barishit. So that like that, everywhere we'll be speaking of, that is, we'll be hearing about the two great, that is Mahatma speaking there. And then it is on the, most of the things on the living entity who is eternal and part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And then how he has come here, and then what action he has to perform, and currently what he is into. So all these things we are already speaking in that is in the Bhagavatam we have already read, and again we'll be repeatedly seeing, hearing, and then glorification of the Lord repeatedly will be hearing. This and all, why actually repeatedly hearing? It has been advised by Narada Maharishi to repeatedly glorify the Supreme Lord, establishing the supremacy of the Lord, so that continuous remembrance will be happening. So whenever we are meditating on the transcendental subject of the Lord, it will enable us to, in the subconsciously also, we'll able to recollect the Lord. So that means we are actually preparing for our future. So at the time of, what is the prime duty of a person who is going to die? That was a question asked by Parshit Maharaj. Na? So like that, we have to constantly remember the Lord. So how we will able to remember the Lord? By having the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So the Navavida Bhaktis. That process we need to follow. In the process of devotional service, the first step is to take shelter of the spiritual master and then inquire from the spiritual master all about the process. This inquiry is essential. Now, like that only Parishit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami. So, this inquiry is essential for immunity to all kinds of offenses on the path of devotional service. It's very, very important because without offenses to the either to Nama or to the Seva, we have to perform the devotional service. So that's very important. So one can get rid of the sin, but offenses we cannot get rid actually. So that's why we are being told to do chanting, because until we get rid of the offenses, our chanting will not be pure. So even if one is fixed in devotional service like Maharaj Parshik, he must still inquire from the realized spiritual master all about this. So it is a duty of that is the relationship between the disciple and the guru, that is. So that means master and the servant. So wherein even though the subject matter multiple times it has been spoken, okay, still it is a duty of the disciple to inquire submissively by performing that is rendering service to the guru and then taking the jnana, because he has seen the truth and he will be able to impart the knowledge. So thus one who is not well versed in the authorized scriptures and not able to answer all such relevant inquiries should not pose as a spiritual master for the matter of material gain. So you should not become a spiritual master for the matter of the material gain. So you should be a realized and you should come from the disciplic succession. Otherwise, it is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple. It's a very wonderful sentence. आशिद्यत् उधरात् पद्मं लोक संस्थान लक्षणं यावन् अयं वै पुरुषा यत्वा वै पृथक् तावान् आशौ इति प्रोक्ता संस्थावयवान् इव. So if the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for whose abdomen the lotus stem sprouted, is possessed of a gigantic body according to his own caliber and measurement, then what is the specific difference between the body of Lord and those of common living entities? It's a very wonderful question, because Lord is all spiritual. He is not on the mundane platform, correct now? Whereas we are born with the body of mundane, with the spiritual spark being embodied inside. So how actually, what is this specific difference? So why this difference? Okay, the answers will be there in the upcoming slokas. The questions has been asked like this. So we know the expansions now. It's like the first quadruple expansion and second quadruple expansion. From second quadruple expansion of Sankarshna only, Mahavishnu being the Karno, the Kashaya Vishnu, expansion happens. And from him all the universes sprung, and then he himself expands into Garbhoda Kashaya Vishnu and enters into each and every universe, and he lay down on the Garbhodaka ocean. So from his navel only the lotus sprouts, and on that lotus only Brahma being born. So Brahma is also called as Aja because he also came from the Supreme Lord, correct now? Not from the normal mother womb. So, but there is a difference, correct now? He is a Jiva Tattva. So that we need to understand. So these questions and all has been asked by Parishit Maharaj here. In the creation of the material world, the Supreme Lord undoubtedly assumes a gigantic body. The living entity also gets bodies big or small according to necessity. For example, elephant has a gigantic body, whereas ant is a very, very small now. So like that, ant gets his body according to its needs. Similarly, if personality of Godhead assumes a gigantic body to accommodate the universes on the the planets in a particular universe, then there is no difference in the principle of assuming or accepting a particular type of body in terms of necessity. So everything has a purpose in the creation. Why elephant eats a lot, whereas ant eats very little quantity. Correct now? Like that, for there is a purpose. A living being and the Lord cannot be distinguished simply by the difference of the magnitude. So the answer depends on the specific significance of the body of the Lord as distinguished from the body of the common living, because He is the creator and we are the created living entity from Him. And He is the Vibhuatma, we are all Anuatma. Those details we'll be seeing more in the upcoming canto or in the next chapter onwards. The answers will be there. Okay, but here only the questions being addressed. So these are the questions he is going to speak. That answers will be spoken by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, and his chapter deals with only the questions. Aja Hashi Jati Bhutani Bhutatma Yad Anugrahat Dadarshayena Tatrubam Nabi Padma Samudbhava. How Brahma has been born. Aja. So one who is born without a material source. Correct no? So like Lord only is Aja, but from him only Brahma also came as Aja. So Srijati means creating, Bhutani, the first. That is also all those materially born. Bhutatma having a body of matter made of 24 elements. So Brahma, who was not born of the material source directly from the Lord, but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. From Brahma only we are, and Brahma himself is a material, is a Jiva Tattva, and he creates the material thing. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of Lord. So he was able to, for that he did a austerity also. So the first living creature, Brahma, is called Aja because he didn't take birth from the womb of the mother, materially born. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of the lotus flower, that is Guna Avataram, correct now? So Brahma to Shiva, and then Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu expands to Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So all the three are Gunavataras. So this must be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain, Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Because after his birth, he could not create. He was saying it was what actually Brahma was visualizing. Surrounding him, it was totally dark only. So, and then he went to the stem of the, that is lotus, and again he came when he was about to step out of the lotus flower, and then he heard two words, correct na, tapa. And then immediately understood, and then he sat and he did the austere for a long time. So like that, then he got the, he got knowledge imparted. So, but he could not create. Initially, he was not able to create. After he get imparted the knowledge, then he was able to create. He could see the form of the Lord. Whether the form seen by Brahma is of same quality as that of the Brahma is a bewildering question. And Maharaj Parishit wanted to get clear answers from Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Whether the form seen by Brahma is of the same quality as that of the Brahma is as that of Brahma. That means similar form. Like that it is been spoken. What is the form of the Lord? So confirmation actually. Okay. So that was one of the questions asked by Parishit Maharaj here. Sachapi yatra purusho vishwasti ubapayaha Muktvatma mayam mayesha sete sarva kuhashaya. Again he is continuing his question. Also explain about the, that is Supreme Personality of Godhead, who lies in every heart. That means about the Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. And as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy. So Purusha. So he is asking about the Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So how he is not entangled into this external. So external potency we have already studied in Bhagavad Gita also. Correct now? There are 8. That is Pancha Mahabhutas, intelligence, mind. Correct. and then a false ego. All these are the separate energies, material energies from the Supreme Lord, wherein Lord is above this, but still he is the controller of the thing. So that all those details we have studied in Bhagavad Gita, even in Bhagavatam also we are hearing that. Okay. Purusha vaya vai lokah sakala purva kalpitah lokair amushya vaya vaha sapalair iti shushuma. O Brahmana, it is formally explained that all the planets of the universe with their respective governors are situated in the different parts of the gigantic body of, I think, very beginning chapters of Canto 2 we have studied this, the Virat Purusha. So I have also heard that the different planetary systems are supposed to be in the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. But what is their actual position? Will you please explain that? So that means in a universe we have 14 planetary system, correct now? So in that, how it has been positioned, like how we are seeing in the Goloka chart, it is not like that. It is like it is in the situation in a different, that is wherein the axis is different, and then the low, that is the planetary system, is situated in a different, wherein I think fifth canto Bhagavatam, who has already heard, actually they will be knowing that is after 16th chapter of fifth canto till the last, even the 28 hellish planets, Yamaloka, all where it has been situated, like different verses are there. So in that like Bharatavasha is how we are, our India is becoming the Bharatavasha, Ilavarsha, like that different verses are there. So and then even in the planetary system, this 14 lokas will be not like in the straight line kind of thing. So it is like, so it is been situated. So which is the axis of this planetary system? Which loka actually? Can anyone tell? Around which all the planetary system will be actually revolving. We have studied actually. Dhruva correct. Thank you. So like that. So all planetary system. So we should not see like how it is shown in that. So it is like situated in the but inside the universe only it will be situated. But each and every loka been governed by some representatives, like how Swargaloka being governed by Indra, and then Brahmaloka by Brahma. So similar way, the creation will be explained. So Yavan Kalpo Vikalpo Va. But Parishit Maharaj is asking about that. So how actually this has been maintained. Yatha Kalo Anumiyate Bhutha Bhavya Bhavachadba Ayurmanam Chayat Sataham. So again he is continuing the question. So explain the duration of time being creation and annihilation. So I think Brahma's one life, 100 years of Brahma. So those things and all will be explained later. And that of other subsidiary creation, as well as the nature of time indicated by the sound of past, present and future. Here only we have the time constraint. That is this loka, this Mrityu loka, that means sorry, this universe, material energy. So under the material energy, this has the time. So there is a kala. So about that in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita also we have kala rupa, we have studied now. So similarly kala. So wherein the Tripada will not have any, it's not bound to any kala. Here only this Ekapada is bound to the kala. Also, please explain the duration and measurement of life of different living beings. So ours is in this loka in different yugas. Satya Yuga being 1 lakh years actually, and Treta Yuga it came to 10,000, and then the Dwapara Yuga being 1,000, and then Kali Yuga being the 100 years for us. It's a very minimal time duration actually. But we feel after a little bit becoming old, we have been surviving for because of the how to maintain oneself at the time of aging. We feel tired actually. So we feel we are in the long years of living, wherein they were in the different yugas, different lifespan, and the lifespan of devatas will be it is more, and even the Brahma's lifetime is 311.04 trillion years. So that is the time duration between the creation and the annihilation, wherein it is one inhalation and that is exhalation and inhalation. First exhalation, the creation happens. At the time of inhalation, all that is annihilation will happen, and everything enters into the into Karnodakashayi Vishnu. So all the universes. So please explain the duration and the measurement of life. So of the different living beings known as demigods, the human beings in the different planetary universes. So lifespan. So we have all 14 that is planetary system are there, and the lifespan of the each and every living entity will be spoken about that by Sukadeva Goswami. Kalashayanu yatha tu lakshayate anvi brahati api yavat yaha karmagatayo yadrishi dvija sattama. So again he is asking, please explain, also explain the cause of different durations of time, both short and long, as well as the beginning of time following the course of action. So if we take into the exact that I think 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita we have studied now, like Brahma's one day, so kalpas and all, wherein the 4 that is one Kali Yuga is being 432 years. So 2 times of that being the Dwapara Yuga, 3 times of Kali Yuga being the Treta Yuga, and 4 times. So totally if you count, it will become 10 times of Kali Yuga. So that is called as one Divya Yuga. Like that 71 Divya Yugas will be one Manvantara, and then 14 Manus, and then one Sandhi. That leads to what? Actually the 14 Manu period duration is called as one Kalpa. So like that, how many Kalpas are there? How many Kalpas are there? It's the day of a Brahma. So that time the creation will happen. So during the night time of Brahma, the annihilation happens. Correct, no? So like that, 36,000. Right, 36,000 kalpas. So, I think 36,000. So, it leads to 311.04 trillion years. So, that will be spoken actually. The short, the long. Who is having long then? Brahma is having long. So the entire, what is that? Universe creation and annihilation is between the lifespan of a Brahma. So about that only it will be spoken. Yasmin karma samavayo yata yeno prahayate guninam chaiva parinamam abhipsatam. So then again kindly describe how the proportionate accumulation of reactions, that means whatever action the living entity human performs, results from the different modes of material nature. So this world is ruled by the 3 modes under Maya. So we act upon the desiring living being, promoting. We may go up or we may go down, correct? Now, among the different species of life. So there are aquatic species, and then there are insects and reptiles. There are that is birds. There are animals. There are plant and that is plants. And then human species being the only 4 lakhs. So in the out of 84 lakh species, how actually they will be going ups and down. So beginning from the demigod down to the most insignificant creatures. So different planetary system, different that is the living entities being there. So in Brahmaloka, the lifespan is more, and then the next Tapoloka, who is there actually? In Tapoloka, these 4 Kumaras, correct now? So like that in Swargaloka and Janaloka, at Boer. So the downs like Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, all these worlds respective. In the down, that is in the, I think, Sutala, Vamana Deva being guarding for the Bali Maharaj. Above that is Lord Shiva and Parvati with the Bhutaganas are there. So like that. So in different planetary system, different representatives are ruling actually. So he's asking about the details of those thing and how actually one person is getting into the karmic reactions. So this is applicable for the human. The actions and reactions of all the works in the material modes of nature, either in the minute form, in the minute form or in the gigantic form, are accumulated. Even if you have done small mistake also, it's not like that it is ignored. So it is not that, for example, making approximations kind of thing. One thing it has been done, so big or small, it is sin means sin, and means punya means punya. That means good karmas and bad karmas. And the result, if you it will get accumulated, and we have to, for good karmas also we have to come here, and then we have to pass through, and for the bad karmas also we have to come back here. So become manifested in the same proportion. How such actions and reactions take place, then how actually it is actually coming into existence. What the different procedures are. So what are the things it has been followed. So and in what proportion they act are all subject matters of the Maharaj Parishit Maharaj inquiries from the great Brahma. These are all the inquiries made by Parishit Maharaj to Sukadev Goswami, wherein Sukadev Goswami will be addressing in the upcoming chapters. So Bhukhatala Kabu Vyoma Graha Nakshatra Vobrutham Saris Samudra Dvipanam Sambhavas Chaidat Oksham. So please describe how the creation of globes throughout the universe and the four directions of heaven, sky, planets, stars, the mountains, rivers, the seas, and the islands, as well as other kinds of inhabitants takes place. So basically different species about different inhabitants land, as I've spoken in the previous loka itself. So who will be residing in which loka? So everything he's asking actually here. So the inhabitants of different varieties of land are differently situated, not all of them. So when you go in the last, Patala Loka means there actually, who is actually residing in Patala Loka? Who is residing?
Nagas.
Nagas.
Yes.
Nagas is above that, I feel. Vasugi is there. That Ananta is in the last Loka.
Nantanaga.
Yeah. So like that. So by the laws of Lord, no place is vacant. For every, that is whatever Lord has created is for some purpose only, and the actions will be there actually. But the creatures of the one particular place are different from other places. So there are like this, we have Chadurmukh Brahma, but not that all universe is having the Chadurmukh Brahma. There are even more multiples of 4 heads also, Brahmas are there. So they are so made, even in human society, the inhabitants of the jungles or the deserts are different from the cities. If you take even from the village side to town and town to city, only will vary. The way of that is the inhabitants, how they take forward how they live there. So in a village, in a simple house, they will be able to sustain with the minimal requirements and all. Whereas in the city, we always aim for the higher, so that is sophisticated life, and then putting more investments, and then want to have a very opulently we want to live. Whereas in a village with a small house, 2 rooms only we can survive, with 1 cow shed also, that day we will be able to pass, correct na? Whereas it is not like that. So different places and different, this same thing when I think many you would have come to Vrindavan Yatra, na? So how much spiritual we would have felt in that, on that land. And then the what is that, the soil on that. Yeah. So that, and when we compare with that is, I am residing in Bangalore, I am able to see so many opulent things here. But when we went there, actually, it was not that opulent only, but we feel like staying there. So that is even if you go to a normal village, also you will feel like staying there actually, because of the environment, peacefulness, all those things. So how much we develop our opulence, that much will become what? There will not be peace. Maintaining the things, and that's not easy. How much simple life you are having, that much will be able to relish the life, even it is a material life also. So we need to accumulating more. One should avoid actually. They're so made according to different qualities of modes of nature. Such adjustments by the law of nature is not blind. But Vrindavana, so even if you recollect, actually we feel like going there. So that's the place. There is a great plan behind the arrangement. Every arrangement has one plan here. Okay, we think that we are only planning. We plan many things, but the execution being made by as per the will of the Lord. So we think that we have planned but executed well, or some execution didn't go well. Nothing. Everything planned and disposed by the Supreme Lord. But we are not having that knowledge. Maharaj Parishit requests the great sage Sukadev Goswami to explain all these authoritatively in accordance to proper understanding. It's not a generic way of understanding. There should be the proper understanding, means giving the clear knowledge, and then with Shastric references. So all those things he is asking actually. Okay. With this, we'll conclude today's class. It's a very small chapter. Any doubts? Hare Krishna. If you want, we can have a discussion also. You can come forward. Till we have 5-10 minutes. So what is the takeaway from these slokas? Can anyone speak?
Hare Krishna Mataji, that Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedic literatures, and we should hear like Parikshit Maharaj in disciplic succession, and it should originate from Lord himself, like Lord passed it down to Brahma, then to Narad, then Vyasdev and Shukdev Goswami. So in disciplic succession, Shravanam of Srimad Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya is also very crucial. And from Bhakta Bhagavat, the book Bhagavat, which is the Amal Puran, has to be taken down. And we should not hear it from materialistic or other persons who are not who are not spiritually inclined to
Yes.
uplift the listeners.
Yes.
And as it is, it should be narrated in the disciplic succession. No mental speculations or philosophical interpretation should be given of one's own self.
Correct. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Then
And then about the creation and all, Parishit Maharaj is asking question. So he will be, Parishit Maharaj, Sukadev Goswami will be explaining in detail actually. So many questions he has asked.
the disciple also, the inquisitiveness, Tatvidhi Pranipatin Pariprashnin Shidhaya, is the etiquette of a disciple, in which way he should express his inquisitiveness, and it is very good. We should not here it is emphasized also that Parikshit Maharaj is very interested in knowing how the things are happening in the spiritual world and how Lord creates everything.
Yes.
And he wants to know more and more about the Lord, because glorification and in Harikatha, the more and more interest a pure devotee only takes. Others don't enjoy that, but more rasa is experienced, param drishtva nivartate. So they enjoy more and more, they have higher taste. So they don't want to stop hearing about the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Hearing Harikatha actually purifies one's heart. So that is the Palasruti actually. So, and a devotee never gives up once he have the taste, once he has the taste of devotional service, he will never leave the touch. Okay. So never give up the seva of the Krishna. So always in the Shravanam, Kirtana, whatever feasible seva, actually, he will be able to take it up. Always in the association, always eager to hear. So this type of qualities a devotee will be developing actually. So the questions actually, what are the questions is, that is from the 7th sloka onwards, actually the question starts. So how did the jiva who is spiritual attain a body which is material? So that is what is the body and soul? That was the question asked by Parishit Maharaj there. Both Lord and the common living entities like us assume the bodies actually. So what is the difference between the Lord's personal form and this Jiva's personal form? So that was the question asked by Parishit Maharaj. So and then Brahma appeared as from the navel of the Lord. So not from the womb of a mother.
Butter, yeah.
Correct, na? So
Atma Bhu.
yeah.
Then he asks, where does
What-
the master of Maya and Karnodakshay Vishnu
Yeah.
lie? Yeah.
Then what is the difference between the Lord's form and this Brahma's form also?
Brahma's form. Yeah.
Okay. So where does the Maya, that is, where does the master of Maya? That was the word it has been given in that purport actually. Master of Maya, Shirodakashai
Yes,
Vishnu.
Karnodakshay Vishnu lie.
Right. So in every universe, the answer will be every universe there is a Sveta Deepa, that is or a milky ocean wherein Lord Shirodakashai always resides there, and each and everybody's heart also the living entity Shirodakashai Vishnu resides. Now, those are the answers which will be in the upcoming chapters. Okay. So he is asking about the planetary system also inside each universe. He wants to speak about who are the inhabitants of the each and every planet.
Universe.
Planetary system.
Yeah. So about the lifespan also. That means lifespan of the living entities of the each and every planetary. The time factor he is asking. Kala, that is about Kala is asking. And then
Division
Brahma,
of time.
yeah, Brahma's life. That means between the creation and annihilation, the time he is asking. And the time duration varies. With respect to how actually, I think we have studied in this canto only, na? The time is coming in this canto or not able to.
Like how Kala manifests the Pradhan and Mahatattva is.
Yeah, I
That
think
is
there
what-
is a, that is what is that?
In the fourth or the fifth,
Anu,
third, fourth.
yeah, Paramanu, Paramanu, all those things comes in this canto, third canto or second canto?
Fourth canto.
Third canto. Okay. I don't know. Third canto, 6th chapter or 9th chapter. I'm not able to recollect it actually. Okay. So you'll be studying about based on the distance only. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, I don't know if my question is very silly. The thing is, you told that every universe has causal ocean, right?
Yes.
So every universe will have different Garbhodakshai Vishnu?
Yes.
Yes.
Mataji, not causal ocean, Mataji, Garbha ocean.
Garbha
Causal
ocean,
ocean
not
is
That
sperm.
is Sveta Deepa, Milky Ocean.
Okay, okay. So every
Karna Ocean
universe-
is only one. Sorry.
Karna is
Karna
one.
Ocean
Yeah,
is only one.
Garbhodakshay.
Where Karna the Kashai will be the only. So he is
Only
the
one.
Paramatma for all the universes. Okay. For all the universes, he is the Paramatma. And for one universe, Garbhodakashai Vishnu is the Paramatma. Okay. For all internally inside each universe, there are 14 planetary system, and then in that the Jivas. So there, who is the Paramatma? Shirodakashai Vishnu.
Kirodakshay Vishnu.
Okay. So in that inside a universe, there is a Sveta Deepa. Okay, that is called as the Milky Ocean. There only Shirodakashai Vishnu lies. Okay.
So
So Purusha
if we-
Suktam, I think you would have studied Purusha Suktam confirmed. Correct? No? There was one chapter,
Yeah.
sixth chapter.
Sixth chapter.
So that tells about the what is that? The set of slokas. Purusha Sukta means a set of slokas from the
Rig
Rig
Veda.
Veda. Rig
Rig Veda.
Vedis. Okay, wherein the similar slokas also is there in the Bhagavatam. That's why it is called as the confirmed actually. Okay,
Yeah.
similar. Okay, so Purusha Sukta. So whenever there is an issue where actually that is all devatas will go, they go near the Sheta Deepa one day, and then they will offer prayers, Purusha Sukta only to the Lord, and then Lord appears, and then they will take the advice at. Okay, so that was a thing when Krishna also descended. Before that, the what is that? Bhudevi went to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji went to Shiva, Lord Shiva, and then all devatas went to the Sveta Deepa, near Sveta Deepa. There they recited Purusha Sukta, and then Lord appeared. Lord told, I will be. He confirmed that he will be there. That is at the end of Dwapara Yuga. Before that, Lord will descend actually. So Lord also descended, and Mahabharata, that is Mahabharata, that is the war field also happened, and then there was a huge devastation happened, correct now? And then at last Yudhishthira Maharaj was enthroned, and then he ruled for 32 years, and then so all the dharma was established, everything happened, and Lord also went back to Goloka. So this is the thing. So like that.
The
this was
Shir Sagar is the next to Shweta
Yeah.
Deepa. The Shirodakshai Vishnu, they all go to,
No,
right?
Shir Sagar
And
or
Shirodakshai-
Shweta Deepa, both are same only.
Okay.
Both are same.
And the Lord, who is Paramatma in our hearts, is Shirodakshai Vishnu.
Yes, 100%. Okay.
Thank you.
Mataji, this also gets annihilated when the annihilation takes place.
No,
No,
Mataji.
no, it will
No,
be
No,
there.
that won't be.
It does
That
not.
won't, that
And
won't
then
get
even the
annihilated.
Dhruv Loka, this pole star also doesn't go, no?
Yeah,
that
that
won't-
also won't go.
That also won't go, no? And what about Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Mataji?
That is the entire universe. That means this universe will be, this 14 planets will go inside, means this entire universe also will go inside the Karnataka Vishnu. Like that only Mataji will go during the time of devastation.
That
Fully.
includes the Garbhodaksha and Shirodaksha.
Yeah, everything is like
Everything, huh? Okay.
that's what.
But they said, no, that pole star doesn't go away.
Yeah, that won't
It
go.
will not go. It will
That
be
won't-
there. It will be there.
It will be there only.
It will be there.
But they will go, Shirodaksha and
No,
Garbhodaksha.
that also won't go, I think.
And that also won't go.
Shirodakshai.
Only few planets, I think, our planet, there will be a devastation. In earthly planet, there is, I think, even Swargaloka also will not have any impact.
But
I'm
again,
not, there are
when Brahma's
the
night,
upper
Brahmaloka
planetary.
will go, no?
It's
Satya-
the Brahma's Loka.
Brahma
I will get back to you because I'm not able to exactly recollect which are the things will
Okay.
happen.
Yeah.
But that much in the next class, I will come and
That
for
is what
again.
the confusing.
No, it will be there. Only few things, a few lokas only will have the devastation.
Okay.
Not all.
Not all. Huh? Okay. Thank you.
I'm not exactly recollected.
I think up to Satyaloka it will get in.
It will be there. Satyaloka will not have any changes.
Mataji, in Mahapralaya,
During the
Satyaloka will go,
Kalpanta
no?
Pralaya,
Satya,
Mahapralaya, it will go.
that means at the end of Brahma's
Right.
that is
100
100
years
years only, they will go.
They will
everything
go.
will
Everything will. They will go. They will go back to Godhead.
The Brahma's day or night happens, it is only the Satyaloka will be there,
Yeah,
rest
it will
will
be
go.
remaining
Yeah.
till Satyaloka.
No.
Yeah. But
That
when
won't go.
the full Brahma's
That is
whole life
lifespan.
is
Mahapralaya.
completed, Mahapralaya, then everything will go
Everything
except
will go.
for the Shirodakshai, sorry, the Dhruvaloka, rest
Ah.
everything will go.
Yes.
You will
Yes.
enter the Karnadaksha Vishnu, no, Mataji.
Yes. I am not able to recollect. There are only few lokas there will be
at the
changes.
end of the life of Brahma, they will
Brahma,
enter.
I think.
Keval, they will go to the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. They will merge in the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And at the end, when the Karnodakshai Vishnu breathes in, then all Garbhodakshai Vishnu along with the planets will go inside.
Yeah,
So
in
that
Karnadaksha
is,
Vishnu.
Yeah, that happens in the Mahapralaya.
Yes,
That
yes.
is Mahapralaya. Yeah.
Mahapralaya, Satyaloka will, all the
Yeah,
inhabitants
that
will go
Brahmaloka
back
will
to
also go. Yeah.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, then this also goes. Pole star and all, they will all go.
No,
No,
Pole
it
Star
won't
won't go.
go. It won't go.
Pole
No,
star is
That's
an
what
It is
I have-
spiritual
outpost of
only. It is a part of
No, that
Vaikuntha
is no one in the
planet.
It's an
material world. No,
outpost
that
of
they told
Vaikuntha.
that there is one in the material world also. That's
in
what
one that is similar to that, but it will where the Shiroda Kashaya Vishnu resides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
will
is
not
called
have
an
any.
outpost of
It will not
Vaikuntha
have.
Lokam.
It will not have any changes.
Spiritual planet in the material world.
Yeah, it is an outpost
Yeah,
of
Correct.
spiritual
Vaikuntha
planet
Loka,
in the material
so
world.
it won't go at all.
It won't go
Anytime.
down. It won't change.
It won't.
Because the creation, because Ekapada, Tripada, we have studied now. So here we think that population is more now.
Correct.
But it is not
But
more. It is
Yeah,
very
it's not
less
correct. It
when you
is
compare with the
spiritual.
Tripada. Okay.
It's three times
So
less.
many people, that is many Jivatmas come down and then many will be going up. Also there. So it is like a thing going on. It's a continuous process. So it will always happening. There is no end. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mataji. Lot of clarification comes in
And
discussion.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Thank
Krishna
you,
Pranam.
Mataji. Thank you for
There are
clarifying.
some issues with some of the questions in the questionnaire.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk to
What is the issue, Mataji? Please let me know.
Mataji, the
if I'm
question
able.
bank.
in the
Okay.
question bag. Some